Two undefeated soccer teams are squaring off today at Valley Fields. The 2-0 Marquette Golden Eagles going up against the St. Louis Billikens. Live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I am Dan Avington presenting this matchup between two Midwestern foes, both looking to keep their unbeaten record. In the early weeks of the 2021 season, Marquette enters this match off back-to-back overtime victories where they have yet to score a single goal in regulation time, but golden goals from Beto Soto and Lucas Sunison have given MU 2 straight wins, and the Golden Eagles look to continue that success today against a very high-level opponent that has won a number of national championships in their history. St. Louis comes in also at 2-0, their first 2-0 start since 2015. The Billikens have a ton of talent on the roster, led by leading scorer Chase Neese, and a multitude of skilled players at forward, midfield, defense, and between the pipes. This SLU team posted 8 clean sheets a season ago thanks to a strong and somewhat annoying defensive unit for opposing teams. Patrick Schulte is the starting backstop for the Billikens, the former A-10 all-freshman team member, and today the Golden Eagles will be trying to get one past him. SLU overwhelmingly leads the all-time series with a record of 22-3-2, and last season this St. Louis team beat down on the Golden Eagles at Valley Fields with a 6-2 victory. And today, Marquette's trying to turn the tides. The starting lineups for this afternoon, Marquette is going pretty much with the starting lineup that they've had almost the entirety of the season. At the forwards, it's Beto Soto, a freshman, alongside Lucas Sunison and Christian Marquez. Zion Andrade earns his first start, the transfer from San Francisco, originally from Brazil. He'll be playing the attacking midfield spot today for the Golden Eagles. Alan Salmeron and Zach Wegner will be the two defensive midfielders for the Golden Eagles. And in the back line, it's Jonathan Robinson and Alex Mersberger at the outside back, as well as Manuel Chukai and Oliver Posterelli at center back. Between the pipes from Marquette, transfer from Gannon, Chandler Hallwood earning his second start. He's made 7 saves on the young season, has a 1-0 record, having won the opening game of the season for Marquette against Loyola Chicago. Meanwhile, for St. Louis, they've had a bit of an interesting starting lineup situation because they have so many talented players who can factor in and out. So today, for the Billikens, it's Patrick Weah and Simon Betcher. At forward, Christian Buendia, Sam Rowan, and Keaton Schieffer. In the midfield, Chandler Vaughn, Chase Neese, Patrick Wilkinson, Mujib Marana, and Jack Bessie on the back line. And Schulte, as I mentioned, the starting netminder for this St. Louis team. St. Louis going to get a chance right away here. They took the opening kickoff, and they're trying to take it down the sideline. This one forced out by Marquette, and St. Louis will have a throw-in. There's a foul against Christian Marquez here, 21 seconds in. And now the ball over on the sideline. A little trip up over there of Marquez, and Marquette will now earn a free kick. The Golden Eagles in their gold jerseys, St. Louis in the royal blues with the white shorts. Marquette tries to put this one in further. Soto works it in to Sunison. Andrade with a shot, and it goes wide. But Schulte able to get his hands on it. Didn't look like that one was going to find its way to the goal either way, but Schulte made the save. Now going up the left sideline is St. Louis. This will now be back to Marquette. Posterelli working his way around the back line. Oliver Posterelli and Manuel Chukai, the center backs from Marquette, 2 veterans. 0-0 the score here with 1:50 having gone by. Marquette sends this one up. Sunison trying to pressure, can't entirely get there. And this one going to be cleared back into the midfield. Here will be a throw-in for St. Louis. It's number 11, Mason Leith. Working into the back line now. Go the Billikens. Schulte. surveying the terrain. He's got one of the captain's armbands on for this St. Louis team, despite only being a sophomore. Last year, 2019 A-10 all-rookie team. He attended a few United States under-20 men's national team camps in the offseason. And you can see why. With a 6'4" frame and the numbers that he put up last season, 16 matches, he had a 10-6 record, 1.05 goals against average, and managed 8 clean sheets throughout the season. This year already 2 starts, so has only allowed 1 goal and has had to make just 1 save. As Marquette works this one up the left flank, but that one works its way back to Schulte. This one now to Jack Bessie. Bessie, the senior defender out of Algonquin, Illinois, transferred from Duquesne after his freshman year. A little bit of triangle passing for the Billikens. And now working it up the left side. This St. Louis team plays an interesting style because sometimes they'll run 5 defenders at you, which makes them, as Coach Bennett said, an annoying team to have to go up against. Sunison thought that should have been a foul call, but to no avail. Bessie goes up the sideline, defended by Soto, trying to work it in. And now it gets back into the back line. This one's sent in by John Klein. And now they're in the box. St. Louis tries to center. Wegner's on it. And Wegner forces that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Klein and the Billikens. This is in a dangerous spot for Marquette, especially with the St. Louis team that has forced a whole lot of turmoil for the Golden Eagles in the past. Salmarone defending. Weah tries to get this one into the corner. They can't. Sunison gets tripped up. There will be a foul called with 5 minutes having elapsed here. That one goes against Patrick Wilkinson. Marquette has it in the back line. And now they'll work it back. Salmaron back to Posarelli. Now over to Chukai. Posarelli gets it back to his keeper, Chandler Hallwood, who was pressured and now has to work it up left side. Robinson works his way around 2 defenders. They've got a chance. Marquette tries to get this to Sunison. Ball doesn't get through. Marana gives it back to Schulte, and Schulte boots this one away. Schulte with a strong foot. Got that one all the way out to midfield and quells the Marquette attack for a minute. 6 minutes have gone by at Valley Fields. Still 0-0. Neither team generating any opportunities so far. No shots on goal. Marquette had somewhat of a chance, but not registered as a stat in the scorebook. Hallwood gets his hands on this one, and Marquette will get a chance to boot it away now. Never mind, though. Toss it to Chukai in the back row. Marquette trying to work it out of the back today. Stefan Stojanovic in defense for St. Louis. Chukai looks for Salmaron, and he finally gets it after some triangle passing. Marquette tried to work it to Wegner, but no good. Pass doesn't get through, and instead it'll be St. Louis heading the other way. Chase Neese, 6'3" redshirt junior. Last season started in 17 games, played all but 11 minutes for this St. Louis team as he not just 1 assist on the season, but had a very strong performance on the year. This season, 2 starts. He's played the whole 180 minutes, and he scored 2 goals, which earned his way onto the Top Drawer Soccer National Team of the Week for last week. Zion Andrade now for the Golden Eagles gets tripped up a little bit. No whistle. And now St. Louis trying to work it the other way. Klein in the midfield. John Klein, one of the most dangerous players on this St. Louis team, and the Billikens send it wide. So it'll be a goal kick for Marquette. Klein has a long family history at St. Louis. His father, uncle, and grandfather all played for the Billikens soccer program. And Klein has continued the legacy. 2018 A10 Freshman of the Year, second team All A10. Last year, 17 starts, 2 goals, 4 assists. This season so far, just 1 assist, but he's played 127 minutes out of the midfield for St. Louis. Chukai sends this one long. And Schulte gets it before any other harm could be done. Strong defense from Christian Buendia out of Grove City, Ohio. Played for Ohio Premier Soccer Club, the same club as multiple Marquette women's soccer players, Madison Burrier, Macy Schock. Now Jack Bessie working his way up the left sideline, also with the captain's armband. Now Wilkinson tries to get this one up to his forwards, but Wegner and Posarelli are there to pick it off. Marquette back to Chukai. Manuel Chukai, the center back from Mannheim, Germany. Marquette's got a few mainstays on this team as far as the starting lineup, and Chukai and Posarelli are going to be among them. This back line from Marquette has been consistent throughout the entire year, have not allowed a goal just yet. It's Mersberger, Posarelli, Chukai, and Jonathan Robinson is at left back, and a few players have rotated in and out. Jai Shea Bailey has seen time at center back. Meanwhile, Gabe Cash has rotated in at left back for Marquette as there's a whistle. A foul against the Golden Eagles. That one's on Zach Wegner. With about, well, that's actually offsides is whistled against Beto Soto and Marquette. With 9:35 left, or having gone by, actually. My apologies. Still somewhat used to basketball time, I guess. Manuel Chukai in the back line, and ball near the side. Wegner now gets a foul. So it'll be a free kick for St. Louis. Head coach Kevin Kalish in his 3rd season at SLU. He previously was an All-American playing for the Billikens. And then he was an assistant coach and then the head coach at SIUE, Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, before making his way to St. Louis and making them into one of the top programs in the A10. His assistants, Chris Birch and Kevin Stoll. Birch, widely thought as one of the top assistants in the country. And they have developed a whole lot of players in the past 2 seasons into some high-level collegiate soccer players. This one sent in on the cross. Here's a bit of a chance for St. Louis. They get ahead on it, but not the right way, and Posarelli's able to clear it. Andrade, nice move. Working his way into the midfield for Marquette. Golden Eagles get tripped up. And looks like we're going to take a pause for a yellow card. Yellow card goes against Stefan Stojanovic. Marquette player down on the field. Can't quite tell who it is. Looks like Christian Marquez. He's taken a few tough tumbles so far today. Starting forward for Marquette. And Stojanovic gets a yellow card for his hit against the sophomore from Berwyn, Illinois. This Marquette attacking line, really a strong unit. Even though they've only produced 2 goals so far in the season, they are multifaceted. They've got 2 fast guys on the outsides in Soto and Marquez. Beto Soto scored the golden goal in that first game, the freshman out of Houston, Texas, who played for the Houston Dynamo U19 club. And then in the middle, it's Lucas Sunison, who is really a different style player than either Soto or Marquez. He's built more broadly. He's got wider shoulders, so he uses that to his advantage. whenever he can. Marquette over to the right back, Alex Mersberger, who can't entirely handle it, and now it's played back into the midfield. Marquette back to Posarelli. Boots it over to the left side. Robinson going to get a chance to work, and instead it goes out of bounds. Good pressure from the St. Louis defense, and it'll be a throw-in for Mason Leith and his squad. Leith, 6'1" freshman from Kansas City. A lot of homegrown talent on both of these teams. Marquette with a lot of players from the Wisconsin area. St. Louis with a lot of Missouri guys. Two strong Midwestern programs. It appears Andrade and the referee getting into a bit of a exchange of some words there. Referee tells him to calm down. Marquette with a lot of local flavor on this team, but they also have some international flavor as well. A lot of guys from Wisconsin, but Marquette boasts a lot of players that come from international. They have players represented from England. There's 3, Brazil, Germany, Italy, 2 each, and then 1 from Sweden in Lucas Sunesson. But especially the starting lineup for Marquette, you can see the international players that have had a huge impact for the Golden Eagles. Sunesson from Sweden, Posarelli is from Italy, Chukai from Germany, and Andrade from Brazil. Goalkeeper Cedric Stern from Germany, even though he's not in the starting lineup, he still plays a huge role, at least as far as leadership on this Marquette team. Harvey Reid and Sam Thornton, also from England, in addition to Chandler Hallwood, the starting netminder for the Golden Eagles today. So this Marquette team not only recruits locally in the Midwest area, but they're a destination for a lot of international players, and that's not something that all programs can say. Now SLU going to earn themselves a corner kick with their play over in the far corner. And it'll be a cross in for the Billikens. It looks like it's Majib Marina, number 24, who will send this one in, I believe. This one's sent in. Somebody got a head on it. Couldn't tell who. But it'll be a Marquette throw-in. Or no, it is actually a St. Louis throw-in. Referee got his signal wrong. In a bit of a dangerous spot for the Golden Eagles. Everyone back. This one thrown into Wilkinson. Klein pressuring. Marquette tries to clear it. They can't. But Marquez gets on the ball in the midfield. Gets it over to Johnny Robinson. Robinson, redshirt freshman. He redshirted his first season, and it was probably one of the smartest redshirts that the Golden Eagles have done, considering he earned his way to a starting spot this year at the left back. Patrick Weah now working his way in. Posarelli tackle. Klein with a chance over to Robinson. Now Leith gets a shot, blocked. And they're going to work it back out. St. Louis has it, pressuring. Got a chance at a cross. This one comes in, and it goes too long. So it'll be a Marquette ball now with a throw-in over on the near sideline. Soto back to Alex Mersberger, tries to chip it over, but no one was there. Now in the back line for St. Louis, right around midfield. We'll see when we start to have some substitutions for the Golden Eagles. Coach Louis Bennett has been pretty liberal with some of his subs early on this year, while you're still trying to figure out which players can play a full 90 versus who's going to need fresh legs. We've certainly seen a lot of shakeup in the forwards for the Golden Eagles. A.J. Franklin, who the team calls Tree, 6'3" redshirt sophomore forward, has seen a lot of time at either winger spot. Noah Madrigal has come in to play in the center in place of Sunesson a lot. Marquette also has a few guys that are listed as forwards who have played midfield so far. Christian Gennaro, Sam Thornton, Nick Guido. They've all seen time at attacking mid. Marquette has a decent amount of depth on this team in terms of all spots on the field. They have Gabe Cash, who can play left back pretty strongly. Jai Shea Bailey has seen decent time in that first game at least at center back, as well as Harvey Reed, who earned the start in that first matchup for the Golden Eagles. Marquez gets tackled on the far side. No foul, but it'll be a Marquette throw-in, it appears. Marquez limping over there on the sideline. We'll see if Coach Bennett makes a substitution soon for him, considering he's had a few pretty tough collisions. This one sent deep by Marquette. Marquez tries to get there, and now Leith going to clear it. Marquette gets a head on it. Salmeron works it back. Mersberger now gets it. Alex Mersberger working his way up the right sideline. Redshirt sophomore. Played in 15 games last season. Got the starting nod in all 15 of those. Scored a goal, 2 assists, and he had a game-winning assist last week on the cross into Lucas Sunison for the golden goal in the overtime period. Mersberger has played 181 minutes so far on the young season. Almost 18 minutes have gone by at Valley Fields. Still 0-0. I'm Dan Abington here on the call in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Leith back to his teammates here in the back line. Buendia, and now they work it back to Schulte. Chase Neese boots this one long. Looks like that one went wide, out of bounds. His teammate Wilkinson saying that might not have been the smartest pass. Andrade challenging. Bessie over to Keaton Schieffer. And now Buendia. Leith working his way up the right sideline. Marquez in defense. Leith double teamed. Marquez and Robinson both there. Foul is called against Johnny Robinson. He's not happy with the call. Leith, 6'1" freshman, has a few inches on Robinson, listed at 5'8". Bit of a tough call there for the Golden Eagles, but it'll be a chance as Chandler Vaughn and John Klein both over there getting ready for the free kick. Chandler Vaughn, transfer from Pitt. He was the number 10 recruit in his class, and he's earned all 180 minutes in his early time as a Billiken. Vaughn crosses this one in. Marquette gets ahead on it, and Hallwood gets it in his grasp. Marquette sends this one long. Golden Eagles throw in. Soto back to Posarelli in the back line. Oliver Posarelli, number 29, wears the captain's armband for the Golden Eagles in addition to Zach Wegner. Out of Verona, Italy, the redshirt senior, transferred from Montana State after his sophomore year. He's played in 188 minutes for Marquette. That is all the minutes that they've seen time on the pitch. He's only managed one shot in his 2 starts, but makes sense considering his position requires him to stay as the anchor of that back line. Sometimes he'll go up on set pieces, but that's mostly Chukai's job, and Posarelli is left in the back to be Marquette's anchor, as I mentioned, in the back line. Chandler Vaughn up to Patrick Weah. And now it's intercepted by Andrade. Zion Andrade in the midfield, back to Wegner. Over to Robinson. Chukai challenges as St. Louis picked that pass off, and now Leith. Physical play from Wegner. Wegner and Leith both wanted a call on the other, and it looks like that one's going to go against Mason Leith. Not happy with the call. But now almost 21 minutes have gone by down at the Valley. The bubble just off the Menominee River. 0-0 is the score. Marquette still has not managed or given up a goal in regulation. So we'll see how that continues against the St. Louis Billikens, team projected to finish first in the Atlantic 10 this season. They lost in the A10 quarterfinals last year to Fordham, as Fordham scored in the 87th minute. This St. Louis team has lost a lot of talent, but they've reloaded their roster. A lot of key impact players last year, including two of their leading scorers as they get a chance there, but shot fired high and wide by Stefan Stojanovic. Devin Boyce and Leo Novias, both all conference a season ago. Boyce, 5 goals, 3 assists last year. Novias, 6 goals, 5 assists. On his way to first team All A10. Boyce was second team All A10. So they're the biggest losses, in addition to Mateo Kidd, a midfielder who didn't put up the same numbers, but earned his way to All A10 second team for both his defense and his physical play. Had a goal and 2 assists on the year, but didn't need to make as many appearances in the score sheet to have an impact. Marquette now getting fortunate. Marquez gets the throw in, and he thinks better of it. We'll give it to Robinson and get back onto the pitch. Robinson tosses this one way back, and it'll be Alan Salmeron. Back to Posarelli. Marquette being a bit more passive right now, trying to work out of the back. Soto gets challenged. And St. Louis has possession now. Ball right in front of the camera as Wilkinson got there. But one thing that this St. Louis team does have going for them, they return a whole lot of defenders that saw a good time last year. They did lose Jacob Goyen, Kwaya Marana, and Ben Hewells, who all rotated in, but they weren't mainly starters for this back line. So the players like Nice, Wilkinson, Majid Marana, and Jack Bessie all saw a whole lot of time a season ago, and then Chandler Vaughn came in to play left back from Pitt. And there's a lot of other players on this team that can rotate in. Daniel Moore started in his first match as a Billiken. As I mentioned, Wilkinson sees a lot of time back there. Mason Leith, a freshman, came in and has earned starts in a lot of his early time as Marquez comes up and challenges that one. It'll be a Marquette throw-in on the opposite side. But there's a lot of depth on this St. Louis roster as well, just like Marquette has. And we'll see how they make use of those reserves and spell their starting 11 for a little while as a foul goes against Zach Wegner. And now the Billikens playing in the back line to Bessie. This St. Louis team 2-0 on the early season, defeated Kansas City and McKendree in their first 2 matchups. Now here visiting Marquette, they've got SIUE, Butler, and Xavier as their next 3 matchups, as this one crossed in, but Hallwood calls it out and takes it out of the air for the Golden Eagles. And then after Columbia College and Lipscomb play against this St. Louis team, they enter into A10 play. They've got Dayton, St. Bonaventure, and Duquesne. And they play those teams twice prior to the A10 playoffs in April, middle of April. April 15th is the date of the A10 semifinal, and 17th for the A10 championship. As Sunison tries to win possession for the Golden Eagles, Merzberger was upset that Chukai didn't work it over to him. Try to switch fields. Posarelli now does. Merzberger crosses this one in. And Schulte calls it out and takes it. They're going to run. Leith, with over 25 minutes having gone by, working his way up the right sideline. Robinson, slide tackle. Can't get there fully. Leith centers it. Bit too long. And not in the right position. Vaughn trying to get there. Can he save it? He does, but Merzberger gets on it. Now Bessie switches fields. So Leith got a shot technically there according to the official stats. It was wide left. Robinson can't get there in time. Leith, a shot, wide. This will be a goal kick for the Golden Eagles, but Mason Leith generating some chances. Leith out of Kansas City, Missouri, 6'1" freshman, listed as a midfielder and defender, playing more in the back line today. He's earned one start, played in 109 minutes, has a goal and an assist in the 2 games. An impact freshman, to say the least. Slew receiving contributions from players all throughout their depth chart, whether they're freshmen, seniors, transfers, everyone making an impact. As I mentioned, Marquette in their gold uniforms, St. Louis in the royal blues today. As Marquette works into their back line, Hallwood surveying and works this one up. That one's a long boot. Sunison trying to get on it, but he can't, and now that ball worked over to the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Leith. At least it appears. Maybe a free kick, actually. Offside against Marquette. Didn't even see the flag go up, but the whistle blew, and it'll be offsides. Marquette lost a lot of talent entering this season, too, as most people would know, having paid attention to Marquette soccer in previous years. Delay penalty on Marquette here, but the Golden Eagles win it back. And the penalty gets waved off. But Marquette lost a lot of talent to the professional leagues. Patrick Segrist was drafted 10th overall in the MLS by the New York Red Bulls, now playing for Inter Miami. Luca Perpa, drafted 34th in the MLS draft by the Houston Dynamo. Josh Cohen now plays for FC Tucson, a forward who led the team in goals with 6 last year, had 4 assists. And then some key impact players. Connor Alba earned his way to the All-Big East third team, a forward. Griffin Gendy, kind of the unsung hero of last year's Marquette squad, 2 goals on the year. And Leo Villa, a defender, got 10 starts, played in 865 minutes for Marquette. So Coach Louis Bennett and his staff really trying to plug some guys into the rotation that wouldn't have seen time if those guys had been here. As I mentioned, Robinson has played left back, which is the spot that Segrist vacated when he graduated. Perpa was kind of the attacking midfielder for the Golden Eagles, so Marquette has adjusted a few players' styles to play in that spot. Marquette has reloaded at forward with Soto coming in as a freshman. Sunison saw a lot of time last year, as did Marquez. So Marquette has certainly gotten some guys that can fill those rotation spots. It's always hard to overcome the loss of 3-time All-Big East player like Perpa, 2-time All-Big East, and Segrist and Alba and Cohen, who actually had the USL goal of the year in the professional leagues. But Marquette has done their best. Head coach Louis Bennett and his staff, Sean Hughes, Danny Jarosh, and Graham Shaw, the staff for Marquette, and they have figured things out so far. Alan Salmarone earns a yellow for Marquette. For a pretty physical play. Salmarone, 5'4" junior midfielder out of Cicero, Illinois. His brother played at UIC. Salmarone might be just 5'4", but he certainly makes up for it with his strength and speed at the midfield position. 17 starts, 1,490 minutes for the Golden Eagles last year. This season, 2 starts. He has not played in just 16 minutes for Marquette, and he earned an assist, pretty much a hockey assist, for the goal by Sunison last week in overtime. He was the one that worked it to Mersberger, who centered it in. 30 minutes have elapsed at Valley Fields. I'm Dan Avington on the call here, remotely in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Marquez now working his way up. Strong challenge there from the Billikens, and Marquette will have a throw-in over on the side. That's Robinson. Into the back line for Chukai. Marquette trying to play out of the back today. Not necessarily a bad idea against this St. Louis team. Chukai sends this one up. Robinson tried to get there. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Golden Eagles. Bit of a nice chance here for Marquette. Play is stopped here for a second. Looks like Marquette will make a substitution. It's Nick Guido coming on for Zion Andrade at the attacking midfield spot. Guido transferred to Marquette from South Carolina. As Sunison gets a shot, that one blocked, and St. Louis gets to clear it. But that was a good chance for Marquette. Robinson now going to get a throw in. Marquette pressuring over there in the far corner. Now it gets worked back. The Golden Eagles have a bit of a tough road ahead in Big East play. It's certainly not an easy conference to play in. And next week they start out Big East play against Creighton before they finish up their non-conference. Well, actually, they have another game in April, a non-conference game. So not finishing their non-conference, but they continue non-conference play against Western Illinois. As Sunison creates a shot saved by Patrick Schulte. Sunison put that one in the center, but Schulte was right there for it. And now a foul is called against Marquette in the midfield. I think that one's going to go against Chukai. Right there in the middle of the pitch. Marquette's got Creighton, then Western Illinois, and then right back into conference play for DePaul, Butler, and Xavier. And then they replay against those four Big East teams, and they've got Chicago State as their final non-conference tilt before entering into Big East playoffs. This Marquette team projected as not to be one of the top teams in the Big East, but head coach Louis Bennett and his team not really looking at that too closely. Marquette 8-9-1 overall last year, 4-5 in the Big East. Lost to Providence in the quarterfinals, 3-0. But this Marquette team is a different look Golden Eagles squad than we saw a year ago. Already 2-0 on this young season. Bessie takes a shot, and this one goes far right. He nailed that one, and it did not go anywhere near where he wanted. It'll be a goal kick for the Golden Eagles. A nice set-piece chance for St. Louis, but not able to utilize it. Last week, set pieces were so crucial for Marquette. It didn't lead to any goals, but it allowed them to put a lot of pressure on Northern Illinois. And Marquette places a lot of importance on those set pieces, both offensively and defensively. They think that that's the way that they're going to win these games, and sooner or later, you would have to guess that a Marquette goal is going to come off a set piece, just like a few did a season ago. A lot of them off the head of Manuel Chukai, or a few of them, I should say, not a lot. He scored 3 goals last year, and pretty much all of them were on corners where the 6'1 redshirt junior got above everyone else on the far post and sent one right in. Marquette making a few substitutions here. A.J. Franklin in for Beto Soto at the forward spot for Marquette. Over here on the near side. Mujib Marana for SLU in place of Mason Leith to play that right back position. And Christian Albello coming in for Marquette to spell Alan Salmarone. About 35 minutes have gone by. Nearly 10 minutes to play in the first half at Valley Fields. I'm Dan Avington. No goals have been generated here by either team. Sam Rowan also comes on in place of John Klein now. And it looks like Chandler Vaughn will get the throw in for St. Louis on the near side. Guido pressuring. Now Franklin in defense for the Golden Eagles, and this one sent up high. Now Bello defending. Guido, physical defense. Oof, looks like he got his foot into Vaughn's, and Chandler Vaughn down on the ground holding his ankle. Or actually, that was Patrick Weah, number 14. Weah might need some time to stretch himself out, fix his cleat. Looks like he's going to need a sub. Gesturing over to his sideline. And Eric Leggett going to head on for the Billikens as Weah took a tough hit there. Doesn't look like he can stay on. So a lot of substitutions here in the past few minutes. An update for any Marquette women's volleyball fans out there. The Golden Eagles took a 3-0 victory over DePaul just a few minutes ago. Taylor Wolf led the way with 13 kills, 14 assists, and 10 digs for Marquette. Triple-double machine for Marquette. That's at least 3 on the young season. Katie Chesso had 16 digs. Claire Mosier had 24 assists for Marquette. Even freshman Carson Murray got in on the action, hit 1,000 with 1 kill on 1 total attack for Marquette, who swept DePaul this weekend in both matchups and were able to sweep Creighton last weekend in 1 game. Here will be, it looks like, a chance for a penalty kick for this St. Louis team. A foul against Nick Guido in the box, and Hallwood's going to get tested. It'll be number 15, Simon Betcher. That's going to take it. So Nick Guido draws the foul. Betcher, whistle blows, shoots. And this one right into the back of the net. So it'll be, actually, that one goes high. Looked like a chance. That ball found its way past Hallwood, but goes just high and wide. And Betcher missed it. Great opportunity for the Billikens. And when I said it went to the back of the net, that's because I saw the ball on the camera behind the net. Thought that it went in, but it didn't. So that's going to be a nice chance for Marquette. And the Golden Eagles cough up possession now. So it'll be a throw-in for St. Louis. 0-0 or 0-0 in soccer terms. Franklin, Mersberger, Albello back to Posarelli. So still nobody on the scoreboard. Posarelli works it up the right sideline. Wilkinson clears it. Albello tries to get it to Robinson on the left side. Robinson goes left on Marana. Strong defense, and that one will be awarded a foul against Marquette. I think that one goes against Robinson. And it'll be a free kick for St. Louis. So just to recap, there was a chance for Simon Betcher for St. Louis. Looked like it was a good shot, but it went high and found its way behind the net in Marquette's bubble. And it's still 0-0. So Betcher not able to convert. Hallwood doesn't even get a save, but I guess he intimidated Betcher enough. And that one goes high. 0-0 is the score here, with about 38.5 minutes having gone by. Under 7 to play. Still scoreless in the Valley. St. Louis with possession. Betcher working his way in. He's got a chance to cross it, but Robinson is there in time, and Marquette able to clear. Marquez gets it up the sideline. Sunison pressuring. Can't get a good touch on it. Physical play from Lucas Sunison. But St. Louis retains possession, so there won't be a whistle. This ball sent over to the right side. Majid Marana sends that one high, and Hallwood will get a goal kick. Marquette hasn't done a ton with their goal kicks today. They've been diligent in trying not to give too many chances to the St. Louis team, and instead they've been working it to their back line. Either Chukai or Posarelli has been taking it. Sam Thornton now comes in for Marquez, and Gabe Cash in for Jonathan Robinson. So Cash will play left back for Marquette, and Sam Thornton will see time up at the left forward spot. New unit for Marquette entirely, one that we haven't really seen so far this season. It's Cash, Chukai, Posarelli, and Mersberger in the back line. Albello with Wegner at defensive midfield. Nick Guido listed at forward, but he's playing in the midfield. A.J. Franklin, Lucas Sunison, and Sam Thornton are the three in the attacking line for the Golden Eagles. Guido and Franklin in defense. And now it's worked back into the back line. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half at the Valley. Thornton defending. Also a transfer from Gannon, even though he came to Marquette a season before Chandler Hallwood did. Thornton scored 11 goals and had 3 assists in his sophomore season in Pennsylvania. Redshirt junior tore his groin after 3 games at Marquette last season, but he's working his way back to full health. Got the start in Marquette's first game at attacking midfield and has played in 58 minutes, didn't receive any time last week against Northern Illinois. This ball in the box, Wegner able to force it out. Now St. Louis pressuring. Wegner, Robinson, or not Robinson, that's Cash now instead. Able to clear it from Marquette. Thornton gives it to Sunison. Sunison working his way up the left flank. Sunison trying to cross it in, and the whistle was blown, so it'll be a chance for Marquette on the corner kick as Sunison worked it up for the Golden Eagles. First corner for Marquette. And we'll see if they're able to make anything of it. Guido goes over there. I think Wegner's going to take this one. Marquette plays it short. Interesting. Wegner tries to cross it in. Nobody's there. Now a bit of an odd man rush for St. Louis if they can take advantage. Cash working his way back. And he gets there. Gabe Cash with good hustle on the right side there. Now trots back on over to the left sideline. So Marquette tried to play it short on that corner kick, and it did not work at all. St. Louis snuffed it out. And with under 2 minutes to play in the first half, still 0-0. Both teams managing a clean sheet. Sunison with the ball now. Back into his midfield. Chukai. Posarelli. Now Marquette working it up. Marana gets in front. And now up the right sideline. Thornton defending. Looks like that one's going to be to St. Louis. The throw in. Actually, the referee changes his mind. And now it'll be a Marquette throw in. St. Louis player had taken the ball, and instead, the referee says, nope, that one's going to the Golden Eagles. Minute to play at Valley Field, still 0-0. I'm Dan Abington on the call here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ball at midfield, and St. Louis threatening. Vaughn crosses it in. Posarelli clears it. Thornton. Marquette gets this one past midfield. Well, not entirely. Looked like that one was tipped. Chukai trying to force it out. And instead it's Betcher who gets it out of bounds. It'll be a Marquette throw-in under 30 seconds. Highly unlikely that we'll see any goals here in the next 20 seconds. Hallwood sends this one deep, trying to give his team a bit of a chance. Headed away, and Vaughn settles it. And that will end the first half of play at Valley Fields. 45 minutes have gone by. Nobody has scored just yet. 3 shots generated for the Golden Eagles, 2 saves by Patrick Schulte, and 1 shot went wide. No saves yet for Chandler Hallwood, who has faced 5 shots so far. 2 of those from Mason Leith, 1 penalty kick that went high, and then 2 other shots for St. Louis. Marquette and St. Louis each with 1 goal kick. Sloppy game so far, 10 fouls on the part of the Golden Eagles, 6 for St. Louis. But both teams need to make a lot of adjustments here at the halftime break. So we're going to take a break here. When we come back, Marquette and St. Louis in the second half of play. Both teams trying to keep their unbeaten record as they play here in their 3rd game of the season. So make sure to stick around for 45 more minutes of soccer here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome back to some Marquette men's soccer. Today taking on the St. Louis Billikens. I'm Dan Abington, live here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for this matchup between the Golden Eagles and St. Louis at the half. 0-0. 45 minutes have gone by, and nobody has scored a goal. Marquette has been outshot by St. Louis 5-3. Chandler Hallwood, Marquette's netminder, has not had to make any saves just yet. Patrick Schulte for St. Louis between the pipes has had to make 2 and faced 3 shots overall. It's been a sloppy game from both teams thus far. 10 fouls for the Golden Eagles, 6 for St. Louis. Just 1 corner kick generated by each team and a yellow card given to Stefan Stojanovic for St. Louis and Alan Salmarone for the Golden Eagles. Getting ready to play here in the second half. Marquette had 5 subs throughout that first half, so we will see if the Golden Eagles use any more as we move forward. St. Louis used 4. Simon Betcher, most notably, played in 21 minutes, had a shot on a penalty kick, but it went high. So he will need to have a bit of a better second half if St. Louis wants to come out with the win in this game. They wasted a golden opportunity right there against Hallwood, who didn't really have to do anything. Just watch the ball sail over top of them. So Marquette hopes to pick up the win today against St. Louis and move to 3-3 on the season thus far. Or 3-0, my apologies. Both teams trying to go 3-0. Neither has suffered a loss yet. Marquette out there with the same forwards. It's Marquez, Sunison, and Soto, the starters. Andrade, Wegner, and Salmaron are the 3 in the midfield for the Golden Eagles, and it appears to be the same starters in the back line. Robinson, Chukai, Posarelli, and Alex Mersberger out there on the right. So Andrade made his way back on for Guido. Salmaron for Thornton. And this ball along the near side. Wegner Back to Marquez. This one will be a throw-in for the Golden Eagles. Robinson on it. Jonathan Robinson, 5'8" redshirt freshman out of Gurnee, Illinois, plays left back for Marquette. He's been part of a stout defensive group so far for the Golden Eagles. They've allowed 0 goals, generated 2 clean sheets. Now St. Louis with a chance. They cross this one in. Mersberger fighting, physical defense, and Chandler Vaughn has it on the far sideline in the corner. Wilkinson into the back line. Sunison comes up and defends. Sunison gets tackled. That one looked sort of more like a football tackle than a soccer one, but Marquette now with a chance. Andrade. Physical defense from Klein tries to put this one up. Marquez center, and no one's there. A great chance for Marquette, but nobody able to get there in time. And the Marquette opportunity thwarted. It appears as if Sunison was holding his leg. Looked like he was cramping, maybe. Don't want to speculate. But hopefully for the Golden Eagles, he stays healthy. St. Louis at the top of the box. Klein falls on the ball, and Marquette going to get another chance now. Andrade boots this one forward. Sunison, the lone one up there, trying to pursue number 5, Chase Neese, for St. Louis. So both teams with some quality opportunities generated near the box, but nobody able to capitalize just yet. Marquez defending on the right sideline. Buendia now back to Neese. Now they're going over to Wilkinson. This St. Louis team plays with 3 center backs mostly. Leith at right back and Chandler Vaughn at left. 5 defenders, not easy to get past. We'll see what Coach Louis Bennett was able to draw up in those halftime adjustments to try to give his team a better chance on offense. Patrick Weah back out there for SLU. Good to see he's healthy again after he took a tough tumble earlier on in the game. Now Leith has the ball on the right flank, trying to center it. He's double-teamed. Robinson and Marquez both there. And that's going to be a corner for Leith and the Billikens. Marquette thought that that was going to be their ball. They thought it was going to be a goal kick, but now Chandler Vaughn going to get the chance to come over and take a corner. The bubble at Valley Fields really does not provide a lot of opportunity for a big run-up. Vaughn sends this one in. The ball battered around, and Marquez finally able to get it out for the Golden Eagles. Sends it up to Patrick Schulte, the netminder. Marquez came in, almost had a chance at picking that one off, but this one sent deep for Chandler Hallwood, and Marquette will regroup, starting out of the back line. Posarelli, the Salmeron, and now Marquette back to the center backs. So another corner kick that neither team was able to capitalize on. That's now 3 on the day. 0-0 up on the scoreboard about 5 minutes into this second half. Now a chance for St. Louis, but Mersberger intercepts the pass. Both of Marquette's outside backs, or full backs, have been instrumental today for the Golden Eagles. As Soto works his way up the right side. Good defense, good team defense by St. Louis, and they force this one back out. Chukai, good stutter step move, shot, and Schulte able to corral that one. That's his 3rd save of the day. 4 shots faced now. What I was talking about with the center back, or not the center backs, the outside backs from Marquette, both Mersberger and Robinson have been converted from their previous positions. Robinson came in as more of a forward/midfielder, and Mersberger was a true midfielder back in high school, but the coaching staff realized that maybe they're better suited to play at the outside back, and that has proven to be true so far in their Marquette careers. Mersberger has been very important as the Golden Eagles starting right back, and Robinson so far this year earned his way to a starting position at left back. making up for the loss of Patrick Segrist as Marquette works the ball into the box, but it is eventually batted back towards Schulte, who settles it down, and he will let his team work now. Buendia. Now back to Schulte. We'll see which team is first to substitute here in the second half, get some fresh legs after a long game. Marquette has played a whole lot of minutes in their past few weeks. I believe it's 188 officially, and have not tallied a goal in regulation. Both of their goals have come in the overtime period. One from Beto Soto had the golden goal against Loyola Chicago, and Lucas Sunison had one against Northern Illinois on the assist from Alex Mersberger, who crossed one in from the right sideline at Valley Fields last week. Chandler Vaughn now with a chance for St. Louis. Posarelli heads it out, and then another Marquette player got a foot on it. I believe that was Marquez, or maybe it was Soto, actually. Now this ball played into the box, and Posarelli gets it on out. 51 minutes have elapsed at Valley Fields in the Dome, just off the Menominee River. And Coach Bennett has talked about how his team is lucky to have a dome. Not a lot of teams in the Milwaukee area would have been able to host games the way Marquette is, considering the freezing cold temperatures of the winter here in Wisconsin. And Marquette is lucky enough to have this dome at Valley Fields that they can utilize as their home arena. It normally serves as the backdrop for Marquette men's and women's lacrosse games during the spring season. And now it is the home for 4 sports, men's and women's lacrosse, as well as men's and women's soccer. And game time is at a premium, as well as practice time. 4 different teams need to use the turf at various times. Kind of an athletic director's nightmare to figure all of that out. This ball over on the far sideline. Marquette earns a throw-in. This one a long throw-in. And St. Louis plays it now. Keaton Schieffer. Over to his right back, Mason Leith. Schieffer in the midfield. Gives it back to Wilkinson. And they're going to play out of the back now from Chase Neese. Klein in the middle. Works it up to Vaughn. Can he get there in time? Nope. This ball will now be a goal kick for the Golden Eagles. Chandler Hallwood will get the chance to boot this one away. As I mentioned earlier, Marquette has not made a lot out of their goal kicks today. They've been playing them short, playing out of the back line. A lot of pressure on Posarelli, Chukai, Wegner, Salmeron, all those players who play there in the back of the field for the Golden Eagles. I've had to deal with the ball a lot more today. But when I was talking to Chukai earlier on in the season, that was one of the reasons why he decided to come to Marquette, is that they love to play out of the back. And as a center back, why would you not love that? That's the way that a lot of center backs are raised. That's how Chukai played back in Germany, to play out of the back and to be kind of the facilitator from the back line. So that's the reason why Marquette managed to get Manuel Chukai from Germany. And he has been a crucial piece to this Marquette team. So maybe throughout the season we'll see a little bit more playing out of the back as St. Louis worked that one into the offensive zone. They got it into the box, but Andrade cleared it for Marquette. 55 minutes have elapsed. And Salmeron just boots this one deep. And now Marquette with a bit of a chance, as even though Leith came and took somebody down, and now Simon Betcher takes down Zach Wegner, and Marquette will regroup. Wegner looks a little bit shaken up. But Betcher draws the foul, the 7th foul against St. Louis. 4 shots generated by Marquette and 5 by St. Louis. We'll see which team is able to get on the scoreboard first today, if anyone. As I said, Marquette has not allowed a goal yet this season, 2 clean sheets, but they also have not scored a goal in regulation. It's taken an overtime period both times for Marquette in order to score. Here's a throw in for Mason Leith and his team. Things have slowed down as some substitutions are coming on. Noah Madrigal, the freshman, enters for Marquette in place of Sunison. He will play in that center forward spot, flanked by wingers Marquez and Soto. And Brian Johnson, number 8, the freshman, will come on for Patrick Wilkinson in the back line. Played 48 minutes so far this season. Mersberger sends his one up the side. Marquette player down on the field. Looks like that's 27 Madrigal. Took a tough foul, and he needs some help getting up. That's actually Andrade, 23, who was down. Bit of a stoppage in play now as Andrade had to get himself back up. Robinson works one into the box, gets taken down. Wegner, delayed foul. And Marquette's going to get an opportunity here. It looks like just outside of the box. Waiting on official confirmation. Yep, it looks like it'll be a chance for Marquette from right outside the box. Simon Betcher with another foul. That's his second. And Marquette will get an opportunity here from a few yards outside of the box. 58-30 has gone by. Beto Soto fakes. And this one gets sent long. Looks like it's going to be a Marquette corner, though, because St. Louis got ahead on it. So appears as if Wegner and Soto will head that way. Maybe playing it short. Soto, the lefty, curves this one in. Marquez trying to get to it. He settles it. And now Marquette has a chance to cross it in again. But St. Louis thwarts the plot. And it's back into Marquette's back line. There's Mersberger and Salmeron, who are on it. And Marquette will once again play from the back. Chukai now, pressured by Betcher. This ball gets booted into the air. Robinson pursuing. Leith settles, and now Klein working his way up the right side. He gives way to Betcher, and Chukai with a hard takedown. But Manuel Chukai with a smart play, physical, and the 6'1" redshirt junior allows his team to get back instead of the odd-numbered rush that his team was going to have to deal with otherwise. Stefan Stojanovic now comes on for Betcher. And it'll be a throw-in for Leith. This one headed out by Robinson. Leith tried to throw it into the box, and now Marquette sends it long. Madrigal trying to settle it. Physical play by Noah Madrigal, and he gets whistled for it. There's a foul against Noah Madrigal. That's 11 against Marquette today. Been pretty characteristic of how the Golden Eagles have played so far this season. And now Buendia working his way up the field. Puts the moves on Noah Madrigal. And now Marquette will get an opportunity. Hallwood takes it out of the box, and now over to Posarelli. Under 30 minutes to play at Valley Fields. Dan Abington on the call here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Remotely, obviously, as you cannot hear any of the game audio. Chukai settles this one in the back. Up to Salmeron. Now to Posarelli. Wegner and Marquette going to slow it down once again. The Golden Eagles, you can say one thing about them. They have had a lot of possession so far in their back line this season. They have slowed things down, and they have not allowed a lot of chances against them. They have not gotten the ball past them. No goals yet, as there's a foul against Andrade, and then physical play from Posarelli on Klein. Andrade not happy about the call, but it will be a chance here for St. Louis from just outside the box. The Billikens will take this one. Looks like it'll be Patrick Weah taking the shot. This one's sent in. Weah sends it high and wide. It actually wasn't Weah who was putting in the cross, but he was the one that got his foot on the ball. It was actually a good opportunity for St. Louis, but Weah, the freshman, sent it out high. Now Soto in pursuit as the ball is worked back to Schulte, who boots it back out towards midfield. I believe a foul has been called. Offsides was the official ruling there. And now Chukai sends it to the left sideline. Robinson trying to work, but he gets bodied off the ball. And Wegner with the physical play. Foul is called against Zach Wegner. Whistles have been active today, that's for sure. Schulte. Now up for Bessie, and they're going to work it out of the back too. Now, if you're a fan of high-scoring soccer games, then this one probably not the best one for you. Both teams playing a slow defensive style of soccer today. 5 defenders in there for St. Louis. And Marquette, a strong defensive team, as this one looks like it'll be a corner generated by St. Louis. The Billikens are hoping to convert. Marquette trying to keep them out of the scoring column. Maintain the clean sheet. "66 minutes have gone by as SLU sends this one in. Robinson heads it up. Hallwood tries to punch it out, and now Marquez gets on it. Hallwood, the 6'4" goaltender for Marquette, able to get his hand on it. Madrigal trying to pursue this one to the corner as Schulte boots it into the midfield, and Soto now settles. Beto Soto to his teammate, centered. Bessie gets a foot on it. Marquez with a chance, gets hobbled a bit, and it'll be a throw-in for Marquette. Actually, never mind on that. Center, Andrade with a shot. Missed that one wide by a lot. Zion Andrade had a chance. It looked like he had a window open to get that, to slide that ball into the net, but he missed it, sent it right. And instead, with 67 minutes having elapsed at Valley Fields, it's all knotted up at 0-0. Marquette and St. Louis, neither team has found the twine at the back of the net. Schulte has faced 4 shots, made 3 saves. Hallwood has faced 6 shots and has not had to make a save yet. St. Louis certainly hopes that they can generate some more chances, as this one's sent in, but it is sent wide, as I think it was Robinson who forced that one out when it was near the box. And it'll be a corner kick for the St. Louis Billikens. Some substitutions first for both teams. Nick Guido comes on for Andrade, Majid Marana for Mason Leith, and Sam Rowan for John Klein. Those are the 2 subs for St. Louis, and Guido is for Marquette. This corner will be sent in by the Billikens in their royal blues. And Nice is going to get a shot, but Marquette staves off a chance. That one went wide. So now it's Posarelli with the ball, after Chase Nice missed that opportunity. He scored 2 goals last week in a similar style. And Schulte now takes possession of this one, as Marquette tried to work it up quickly, but to no avail. Jonathan Robinson protected the net on that last chance for the Golden Eagles with his header. Another strong play by the Illinois defender. Marquette's back line has Illinois, Italy, Germany, and Wisconsin all represented. This one, a bit of a chance for St. Louis, as Vaughn trying to center it, but he is swarmed by some Marquette defenders. Posarelli, along with Salmeron and Mersberger, all got in there to defend. And now Chandler Vaughn sees his way off, and Daniel Moore, the 6'2" freshman out of North Carolina, comes on. He played for the Carolina Rapids Developmental Academy before making his way to St. Louis. And Marquette wins possession back. Marquez. That ball from Guido sent to his outside foot. Pressure along the near sideline. Marana into the center of the field. Brian Johnson. Now over to Moore. Daniel Moore working his way on Mersberger. Good defense by Alex Mersberger. Forces it off of Daniel Moore. Strong defense, good positioning, and Mersberger wins that ball for his team. Mers, as the team calls him, redshirt sophomore out of Brookfield, Wisconsin. I mentioned was a midfielder back in high school, but has since been converted to the starting right back for this Marquette team. Has started all 3 games for the Golden Eagles. Has an assist and 2 shots. He also played tennis back in high school, and his dad competed in tennis at UW-Madison during his time as a collegiate student. So, a bit of a weird rivalry there in the Mersberger family. Some substitutions for both teams now. A.J. Franklin in for Beto Soto for Marquette. Patrick Wilkinson comes on for Keaton Schieffer for the Billikens, as Sam Rowan earns a foul for St. Louis. And Marquette tries to work it into Schulte, but he sends that one far and wide. 72 minutes now into this matchup, and nobody has scored. Marquette has not allowed a goal in regulation, nor have they scored one. And they're trying to change that today. Chukai works up the right side. Here's Guido to Mersberger. Alex Mersberger surveying the terrain, working on Moore. Centered. Schulte gets his hands on it. That was number 21 Mersberger going against 21 Moore. So a battle of the 21s. And Daniel Moore and the Billikens won it. Well, I guess it depends on how you're perceiving won it, but my perception is Marquette didn't score a goal. That means they lost the possession. 0-0 is the score at Valley Fields. Louis Bennett's team trying to win their 3rd straight game. St. Louis has not started out 2-0 since 2015 until this season. This ball out at midfield. Marquez tries to get on it. He does, but Chase Neese. Good physical defense to work that one back out. And now Mersberger sends deep. Schulte at the edge of the box gets out on that one. Good play from the sophomore goaltender. Schulte at 6'4", also played basketball back in high school in St. Charles, Missouri, as you could expect with his long and lanky frame. A.J. Franklin for Marquette, 6'3", also played basketball back in high school. Wilkinson working his way in. He's going to get a shot, and that one hits the post. Looked like that one hit the top bar and went further up. Ooh, it's going to be ruled a corner kick. Some substitutions now. Sunison comes on. Madrigal heads back off. Leith trots onto the field, and Weah sees his way off. Sam Rowan, the redshirt freshman, going to send this one in. Robinson heads it out on the near post. And it's going to be... a whistle was blown. Not sure why. But Marquette gets possession back. About 15 minutes to play at Valley Fields. And Salmeron works this one back into his defensive side. Oh, Guido with a tough tackle right there. And I believe he's going to get a card for it. Nick Guido earns a yellow card. And with 75 minutes having gone by, that's the second yellow card of the game for the Golden Eagles. One against Stefan Stojanovic for the Billikens. And St. Louis will get a free kick in their own zone, but trending towards midfield. This one's sent into the box. Now St. Louis trying to work it back. Marquette steals possession. Wegner tries to get it up to his teammate. But now it's back to Hallwood. Under 15 to play at Valley Fields. Looks like Franklin has a step. That's actually Sunison. Never mind. Offsides is ruled against the Golden Eagles. There was a good opportunity for Marquette, but that one turned around quite quickly when the flag was tossed up. St. Louis has the shot advantage in this matchup. They're up 8-4 on the Golden Eagles. 2 from Mason Leith leads the way. And for Marquette, 2 from Sunison. Moore centered that one, but Hallwood gets his hands on it and tries to whip this one up the field. Marquez has some green in front of him, but now Marana. Physical challenge, and Majid Marana, 6'1" sophomore, who was on the A-10 All-Rookie team a season ago, wins the ball back for his team. Wilkinson over to the far side, and now it's Daniel Moore. Center. Robinson gets his head on it. And the whistle is blown. It looks like that's going to be a foul against Majid Marana. With 76 minutes having gone by. Looks like trending towards, actually closer to 77 now. Robinson took a tough fall there. Looks like he's got some turf pellets in his hair that Posarelli had to wipe off. Robinson, a strong build for just 5'8", broad shoulders, and incredibly strong legs and torso. He's a physical left back despite his size, and he's been a key component to the clean sheets that Marquette has generated. We'll see if he can play a bit more offense for Marquette as the season goes along, as Marquette likes to play offense through their fullbacks. And this ball is worked back for Chandler Hallwood, one of the 3 Marquette players out of England. He's from Halifax. Sam Thornton, native of Rotherham. And the third, Harvey Reed, out of Southampton, England. Looks like that's a throw-in for Marquette. Robinson advocated for it, and he got it. Some substitutions now for both teams. Beto Soto coming back on for the Golden Eagles, giving Marquez a bit of a break. And Chandler Vaughn back on for Daniel Moore, who only played about 9 minutes. Keaton Schieffer enters the pitch for Brian Johnson, who played in 22 minutes at the midfield. Now Rowan works his way up the left side. Chukai defending. Marquette trying to get it back out of the zone. Nil-nil still the score here at Valley Fields. About 80 minutes have elapsed. Franklin tried to win possession for his team over there on the far sideline, and he does. Foul is ruled against St. Louis, it looks like. Nope, actually just a throw-in for Marquette. No foul. 10 minutes to play at Valley Fields between Marquette and St. Louis. Both teams trying to advance to 3-0, remain undefeated early in the 2021 non-conference play. Marquette also trying to turn the tides of this series. St. Louis leads at 22-3-2 and beat down on Marquette last year with a 6-2 win. As this throw-in is awarded to St. Louis. But a whole lot less scoring today. A Marquette team that has not been as potent on offense as they would hope, and it seems St. Louis the same way. Multiple substitutions now for both teams, or actually maybe just for St. Louis. Live stats have not fully updated yet. Guido upset about that call, as a foul was ruled against him. Let's see, Betcher for Marana, Klein for Stojanovic, and Weah for Sam Rowan. So Klein and Weah, both starters, making their way back on. And Betcher, he's played in 38 minutes. Missed the penalty kick that could have had a chance to give this St. Louis team a 1-0 lead. Under 9 minutes remaining in regulation at Valley Fields. We will see if this one heads into an overtime period. A good opportunity on a set piece here for the Billikens. John Klein set to take this one. Boots it in. Into the hands of Hallwood. And he sends this one far. But Buendia, the center back, able to get there. Here's a throw in for the Billikens, and actually not a throw-in, it's a yellow card given to Jonathan Robinson. There's the third yellow of the game for Marquette. Robinson, Salmeron, and Guido all have one, and it'll be a free kick for St. Louis with 8 minutes remaining. Well, actually 81:56 officially is the time on the board, as Chandler Vaughn gets set to boot this one into the box. Trying to get a cross in for an opportunity for the Billikens. Referee using the paint. Guido set up on the line. This one sent in. Hallwood punches it out. Sunison trying to pursue it and get it further into the offensive zone. Guido trying to work it up, and he does. Soto centers it, but no one's there, and instead it's St. Louis possession. Now back to Marquette. Posarelli looks to switch fields, gets it over to Robinson. Marquette trying to work from the left side now. Robinson up the side, gets picked off. Robinson physical play. Sunison now, no call. Wegner, strong challenge on Klein. That one out, it'll be a Marquette throw-in. Time has stopped. And it looks like there will be a yellow card against John Klein. Referees have been insanely active today. Whistles have been blown quite a lot. 15 fouls against Marquette, 11 against St. Louis. 3 yellow cards for Marquette. As I mentioned, Robinson, Salmeron, and Guido. And John Klein and Stefan Stojanovic for St. Louis. Here with 82:49 listed on the clock. And Robinson tosses this one in. This one sent back out to midfield. Mersberger. Marquette trying to pressure here. Mishit by Wilkinson. Wegner heads it back in. No one's there. And now Schulte settles things down. Looks like the stats have updated to give that yellow card to Keaton Schieffer instead of John Klein. So 83-30 has gone by. 6.5 minutes to play at Valley in regulation. Can one of these teams notch a tally here in the final 6 minutes? Robinson up the left. Guido working his way around. Guido upset. Foul is called. Schieffer gets a yellow, and that's a red. 2 yellow cards against Keaton Schieffer in the past few minutes, and he's gone. Wow. All of a sudden, Marquette playing 11 on 10 soccer for the final 6 minutes of this matchup. Took long enough to get there, but Marquette might be able to generate some offensive opportunities with Keaton Schieffer now off the pitch. St. Louis will have to play down a man for the rest of the game. Wow. So that's a red card against Keaton Schieffer, who earned 2 yellows in the game. Robinson, Salmeron, and Guido each with yellows for Marquette. Golden Eagles have gotten just 2 corner kicks compared to 5 for St. Louis. Marquette has managed 3 shots on goal out of their 4 total shots. St. Louis 8 shots, but 0 have found their way to the net for saves. Manuel Chukai will be the one to put this one back into play. And Marquette trying to go 3-0. Trying to give themselves an opportunity here in the final 6. Posarelli over to the right side for Mersberger. We'll see how the offensive plan for Marquette changes without Schieffer in the game. Salmeron to Guido, crosses it in. This one right in front. Schulte got a foot on it. No foul called. Marquette thought there should have been. Would have gotten a penalty kick out of it, but nothing. And instead, the Golden Eagles will try to work from the left now. Robinson. Posarelli. Now to Guido again. Nick Guido forces it off a St. Louis player. And it'll be a Marquette throw-in. Mersberger going to take this one with 5 minutes to play in regulation. Majid Marana set to check in. Chukai puts this one in. Franklin got a head on it, but Schulte gets his paws on there and able to punt it away. Johnny Robinson up the left side for Marquette. Under 5 to play. Robinson played physically by Wilkinson. It's played out. And Marquette going to regroup. trying to score their first goal in regulation this season. Franklin gets it back into the middle. Salmeron over to the right side. Marquette switching fields. This one sent to the sideline. It'll be a Marquette throw-in. Mersberger into the back line. Posarelli up to Mersberger. Back to Wegner. Marquette switching to the left. Robinson. Center. Blocked. Now to Chukai. Marquette going right now. Mersberger has to get there. He can't. But Posarelli comes up to challenge. Marquette has it on the right sideline. This one's centered. Kicked out by St. Louis. Now Guido. And it's back to Chukai. Sends this one up. Marquette a lot more aggressive now. Soto into the middle. And it goes wide. 86-48 has gone by at Valley Fields, and nobody has scored. No goals in regulation yet at Valley Fields for men's soccer. And we'll see what they can do with 3 minutes to go. Schulte wasting as much time as he possibly can here in regulation. Trying to get his team to an extra period. Schulte sends this one deep. Trying to make Marquette work for this one as much as they have to. Marana has it taken away by Wegner. And now just a little bit of keep away. Nice pressured by Sunison. Marquette trying to take it away, but Klein with some fancy footwork, moving his way up. Now Marana pressured by Franklin and Robinson. Kicked out near the flag. Marana will get a throw in. Almost 2 minutes to go. Marana throws it in. This one right in front. Marquette kicks it out. Couldn't tell who got a foot on that one. And now Sunison working his way up. Sunison shoots this one from about halfway on the field. Schulte was out of the net. And Sunison tried to just boot it in. But instead, Schulte gets his hands on it. It wasn't entirely on net. And Schulte is able to make the save. That's the third shot of the day for Sunison. And it is the fourth save for Schulte. Under a minute and a half to go in regulation at Valley Fields. Johnny Robinson to Salmeron. Marquette going to push. Obviously they have to here with a minute 15 to go. And no lead. This one in the corner. And it's going to be a goal kick. Schulte's going to take his time. And all signs point to an extra overtime period at Valley Fields. 0-0 with 50 seconds to play in Milwaukee. Patrick Schulte will fire this one deep for his team. Trying to create one last second opportunity. Marana played off the ball. Franklin had a step, but good recovery by Leith. 20 seconds. Does not look like we're going to get any goals here in regulation. Marana played off the ball by Wegner. That one out of bounds. 6 seconds. Klein boots this one in. Headed away by Marquette. Oof, that one was close. Klein almost got a chance, but Marquette able to work it away. Posarelli comes up limping, but Marquette advances to a third overtime period on the early 2021 season. No goals allowed or scored in regulation by Marquette. And for the third time in 2.5 weeks. Marquette men's soccer heading into overtime. They defeated Loyola Chicago in overtime on Wednesday the 3rd, and then last Saturday they beat last Sunday it was actually, they beat Northern Illinois 1-0 in overtime thanks to Lucas Sunison and his golden goal. So today, Marquette hoping for someone to step up and provide a tally for the Golden Eagles. Otherwise, we've got 20 minutes of more soccer for the overtime period. It's 2 10-minute sections. And we will see if the Golden Eagles are able to tally one or if St. Louis is the team that will go with the win. Or actually, both teams can also go away with the tie. So a lot of possible outcomes here in the final 20 minutes of play, if we even get that far. So we enter the overtime period at Valley Fields. Marquette and St. Louis both trying to advance to 3-0 on this young season. Marquette has played 8 total minutes of overtime soccer. They scored in the 5th minute in the first game and the 3rd minute in the other. So the Golden Eagles really trying today to get their 3rd straight overtime victory over a tough team in St. Louis. St. Louis going to bring on Caleb Iverson to play some defense here in the overtime period. He hasn't seen any time yet today, but here he is now coming on. Schulte still in net for the Billikens. And Hallwood for Marquette. Hallwood faced 8 shots so far, 0 saves. Meanwhile, Schulte, 5 shots faced, 4 saves. Big story right now. St. Louis down a man. Keaton Schieffer took a red card for his dissent to the official's call. So that was 2 yellows that added up to a red, and the Billikens are down a man here in the extra overtime period. They staved off Marquette's run there towards the end, and they're trying to do the same in 20 more minutes of soccer. Potentially 20 minutes, unless we see a goal here, which is quite possible. And both teams obviously hope for it. Marquette trying to have their offensive woes not continue into overtime. And they haven't so far in Marquette's overtime periods. Posarelli working his way up the right side. Mersberger. Marquez now to Mersberger. And back into the back line for the Golden Eagles. Robinson sends this one deep. Schulte gets his hands on it. Minute into overtime here. Marquez is back on for Marquette, as is Zion Andrade. So the Marquette 11 right now, it's Hallwood and net with Robinson, Chukai, Posarelli, and Mersberger on the defensive side. Salmeron in there along with Zach Wagner and Zion Andrade. And then it's Sunison, Marquez, and Soto. Marquez up the right side. Foul against that's actually Jack Bessie, not Wilkinson. There were 2 guys there. Marquette's going to get a chance to cross one in here on Schulte, the keeper for St. Louis. It's Vaughn, Neese, Buendia, Iverson, Klein, Leith, Marana, Wilkinson, Schieffer. Well, actually not Schieffer, considering he is not playing right now, but Bessie and Wilkinson. Soto puts this one in, headed away. Marquette trying to get it back, but Vaughn sends it up to Klein. Klein working on 4 different Marquette players. No whistle blown. Nope. Late whistle. And Marquette will take a penalty. Looks like that's a yellow card against Alex Mersberger. There's 4 on the day against Marquette. 3 against St. Louis, even though it's technically 2 yellows and a red. It was really 3 yellows that ended up resulting in a red on Schieffer. So it'll be Jack Bessie. And he plays it short. Bessie, with about a minute and a half having gone by, or 2.5 minutes actually, my apologies. Wegner sends this one off St. Louis, and he will earn his team a throw-in. 7:10 to go at Valley Fields in the first half of the overtime period. Robinson tries to work this one up to Soto. Instead, it's picked off. Sunison in pursuit. These Marquette players have to be incredibly well-conditioned in order to play 3 straight overtime games. Soto, Marquez, and Sunison especially, the forwards, have seen a whole lot of time in these overtime periods, and they've been the ones that have converted. Posarelli tries to get this one up to Mersberger, but the pass a bit too long. And Leith in pursuit. Now Vaughn there, and Marquette some good passing in the back line to get it away. Salmeron switching fields over to Robinson now. Johnny Robinson. Marquette's got a chance. Beto Soto shoots off the hands of Schulte, and it'll be a corner kick for Marquette. There was a good opportunity from Beto Soto, who scored the golden goal in the first game of the season for Marquette. And now the Golden Eagles trying to get themselves a 3rd straight win in overtime with a corner kick. Zach Wegner going over to play it. Wegner, redshirt junior. Comes from Wisconsin, Heartland, Wisconsin to be specific, as Christian Marquez is down on the field. Appears as if maybe he's cramping up. Potentially a substitution here for the Golden Eagles. A.J. Franklin likely to come on for Marquette. Marquez was holding his right leg. Maybe he needs to be stretched out a little bit. But A.J. Franklin, the 6'3" forward, comes on for Marquette. He'll play the right wing. Eric Leggett on for Mason Leith. Matching up against Wegner. Well, not Wegner, Franklin actually. Franklin tries to get ahead on it, so does Chukai. Oh, Marquette with a chance. A.J. Franklin got ahead on it, and then Nice tried to clear it. It hit off the head of Franklin again and bounded out of bounds. So Marquette comes up empty on the corner kick. They're up a man, so they had an extra guy in the box. But Schulte and his team able to fight that one off. 5 minutes to play in the first overtime period. St. Louis working this one up. They're in the box, but Chukai comes across and plays it. Looks like a foul was already called against St. Louis, just outside the box. Now Mersberger on the right side. Wegner to Robinson. 4.5 minutes. The foul from St. Louis was called against Caleb Iverson, a freshman, who also considered coming to Marquette out of Wisco, Texas. Eventually decided on St. Louis. Has played in all 3 games now this season. Earned 1 start, 60 minutes before today. 3-time team captain in high school back in Waco, Texas. Also where Baylor has set up their headquarters. Pretty much the only thing I know about Waco, Texas. As Zion Andrade gets a foul called against him. 3:30 left in the first overtime period. Both teams trying for a golden goal, but it's 11-on-10 soccer for the Golden Eagles. Christian Buendia, redshirt freshman, sends this one in. Marquette player tried to get ahead on it, missed, and now Robinson gets it up. Buendia sends it right back in. Tough bounce for Hallwood, but he gets up on it. Marquette going to try to play this one fast. Hallwood boots it with his left into the middle of the field, and Bessie gives it back to his keeper. Klein switches fields over to the other side. Ball went a bit long. Marquette player able to get there in time. Looks like a substitution here. Iverson's going to come off, and Johnson will come on. That's Brian Johnson, the freshman from Houston. Also played for the Houston Dynamo Developmental Academy, along with Beto Soto, I would guess, considering they're the same age, from the same place. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half of overtime. 8 minutes in. 17 fouls against St. Louis, 16 against Marquette. 4 yellow cards against the Golden Eagles, 2 yellow cards and a red against the Billikens. Long throw in here from St. Louis. Both teams stout defensively. Now Salmeron gets taken down by Klein, and Marquette's going to play this one quick. Mersberger up the side. He heads it back in after Franklin tried to get on it. Wegner now. Franklin going to get a chance. Corner for Marquette or goal kick? Looks like it'll be a corner for the Golden Eagles. Beto Soto going to take it on the left side. Marquette trying to score on a set piece here. Franklin did a nice job of trying to force that one in. He'll head to the back post as Marquette's tallest player. Golden Eagles play this one short. Wegner to Soto. Beto Soto strikes one in. It finds his way back out. Salmeron gets ahead on it. And this one played back out near midfield. Robinson defending Klein. Andrade was there. No foul called. And this one booted long. Salmeron gets on it. 36 seconds left in the first overtime period. Mersberger up to Wegner. Posarelli. 20 seconds. Mersberger crosses it in. This one played back. Andrade. He shoots. He scores! Zion Andrade, with 8 seconds remaining in the first overtime period, scores for the Marquette Golden Eagles. And Marquette advances to 3-0 in the 2021 campaign. Wow. 3 overtime wins. Marquette has yet to allow a goal. And Zion Andrade, talk about a great way to get your first point as a Golden Eagle. Number 23, the junior midfielder from Brazil, nets one there for the Golden Eagles. And Marquette sends St. Louis home packing. Marquette 3 1-0 overtime victories so far this season. And that one off the foot of Zion Andrade, the Brazilian, with a beautiful goal. And that is why you add this international flavor, these transfers, and the Marquette Golden Eagles are 3-0. Wow, talk about a thrilling end to the game for the Golden Eagles, who lost 6-2 against St. Louis last year, and this season don't allow any goals and pick up a golden goal in overtime, courtesy of Zion Andrade. As far as the stats, obviously, just one goal. Andrade scores it in the 99th minute. No assist on that goal. It was entirely self-made. No saves for Chandler Hallwood, but he gets the 2-0 record on the season. Faced 8 shots. Schulte faced 7 shots, made 5 saves, and allowed 1 goal. 8 shots total for St. Louis, led by Mason Leith with 2. But that man advantage that the Golden Eagles had, thanks to the red card for Keaton Schieffer, really helped out there at the end of the game, as St. Louis's defense simply had 1 less man accounted for. So Marquette advances to 3-0, thanks to Zion Andrade's golden goal in overtime, and Marquette couldn't be happier. Head coach Louis Bennett and his team, 3-0, and now we'll get set to face Creighton in the Big East opener in just a week. So that'll do it for me here on this remote broadcast of Marquette men's soccer. The Golden Eagles take a 1-0 victory over St. Louis thanks to a golden goal by Zion Andrade. I'm Dan Abington. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.